Ba-da-ba-ba. To get the chat. I might check this on my iPad first because I might use the. I might check this on my. Right, sounds okay. Sounds coming through fine and dandy. I'll get the Lego build it. Probably, I might. I'll look at the booklet. This phone's a bit goosed, I think. Get my chat on here though. Still 599 subscribers I've got, so we're almost at that, magic 600. Right, Lamborghini. So this is the build. This box has actually got a little bit of dust on it. So is it just the Countach? 10337 is the set number. Let's put that in. There we go. Now wait and see if it's the so this. Hey Dave, how you doing, buddy? So Anya, by the way, Anya's not here. Just to let you all know, she is, she's obviously doing college stuff. Well, she's actually up in East Kilbride. She's looking after a friend. One of her friends went in for a hip operation. So the only way she would get out of hospital is if she had somebody to look after her. So Anya was there, being a good friend. So yeah, so she's there. Maybe get this up here. Is that even? I've got that little light there. I might actually have to put this one on as well. So I've had this kit for a while. I think I got this out of Argos. Had this in a really good price, like, that I think this goes for like 160. This one. So the set number is 10337. It's 15,006 pieces. So it's very similar to the Porsche Turbo that I built a couple months back. Just all white, similar interior. Like the seats are very very similar. But this is the Lamborghini Countach, which I think is a car. If I remember correctly, I think whether it's this one. I mean, I don't know what the 5,000 Quattro Valvo Val Valo Val Valvolve Quattrovole. I'll say Quattrovole. It probably sounds better. Whether that's the correct pronunciation in Italian, I don't know. Do you know what? She probably would be doing there, to be honest, Dave. I'm not gonna lie. Mind, hold on. I mean, if you're having a brain operation, you're not meant to have at least some kind of form of a brain. So this is a build. So yeah, I got this at a really good price. And I've not really built it, or obviously I haven't built it because it's still here, but I was thinking about something the other day. I was a little bit, I wouldn't say I was like, I was feeling a bit down. I think, you know, certain things were a bit like, put me in a bit of a downer. I was talking to Anya and she says, oh, just, chin up and all this kind of thing. And it's one of those things where things like that happen, right? And it's it's one of those things where sometimes you kind of get yourself into like a rut, almost like a little bit of a just a kind of silly moment in time, and it's hard to get out of said said sort of mood. Right, we need these. We need 4 of these parts. So there's the tires, and I believe we're gonna the rear tires are gonna be double. So I think they're gonna be that size on the rear, because the Lambo had really quite wide rear tires. Right, let's get these bags into some kind of order. So I hope you're doing well, Dave. Dave, you've got to you've got to just like you've got to do a wee bit of you've got to sell the product. So just get my bag sorted. So I was actually thinking of doing one of my Star Wars builds in this bag one. There's 10. Oh, there's 10 there. I was thinking of doing a Star Wars build, but I've kind of really got actually quite a lot of Star Wars stuff coming up. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this in here. Right, let's get that in there. That's better. And then that gives me the box lid, because sure as eggs is eggs, somebody's going to come in here and go, what you building? And I can kind of quickly show them the box. Right. Put the box over the back of the chair. Perfect. Bag one. Let's take a little look at the instructions. Or the instruction book, because it's probably going to be quite... Yeah, there's the rear end of the Countach. It's actually quite nice, because if you open it up, you've got a little bit of the you get the full ensemble. So yeah, I think it was 19. Oh, so the LP 500 prototype was revealed in 1971. I think one of the Countaches came out my birthday, or the year of my birth. 73, 78, it was roughly a wee bit older than me. That came out in 1985, the one we're building today. So there's the designer. Right, let's just go on with the build. I'm actually going to put this back in its little folder here. I don't think there's any stickers. I don't believe there is. Stickerless, which is nice. I'm not saying nobody really likes stickers. Right, we need 4 of these bad boys, so let's get the old knife. I really need to sharpen this knife. I've been using it at my work and it's getting rather dull, so I need a little sharpener. That might be something I might order actually. I've seen one from Weatherman actually, it's just quite nice. Yeah, different size. Oh yeah. So also we've got the front tyres there and the rear, but the rears are going to be doubled up I believe. Like this, big fat tyres are at the back. Right, let's go, bag one. So hope everybody's good. people that are in maybe a later date watching this on YouTube's. So yeah, I picked this up a while back in Argos. I also picked up the X-Wing, the Collector's Series X-Wing, in the same sort of deal. Funnily enough. I may actually potentially build that X-Wing soon. You know, I'm not really... But I was thinking of doing a Star Wars build, but then again, you know, it's... Like, I've got a lot, I'm not going to lie, I've got a lot of Star Wars stuff coming up, so... That car was more fiberglass, yeah. Right, so we're joining these together. So it's a bit of a mucky day here in Scotland. It's not rather appetising, as I say. Wet, moist would be even be a description that a lot of people could use. These little round ones roll about like mad. So obviously, you can probably see the Falcon sitting right here. It's keeping it safe. It's getting to the point where, in fact, there's a lot of stuff I need to do today actually. I've got these shelves to kind of reorganise, but that's something that I think once I get started in that, you know, it'll be good. But I think I really just, to be honest, I need to do this. I need a Lego build. Yeah, rainy and cold. It's almost the same up here, Dave. It's just, it's not very nice. Right, well, straight off the bat with some kind of good stuff here. Oh, gold member getting in there. So yeah, it was my granddaughter's birthday yesterday, so I was down seeing my other side, kind of estranged wife. Yeah, we still talk. She was actually in hospital, so well, couple of weeks back, she had a bit of an issue, so but she's fine. She's doing okay. So there we go. A little start here. But yeah, it was, you know, yeah, caught up. Obviously, my granddaughter's 8. God, man, they grow up quick. They grow up quick. So yeah, Falcon Friday will be coming up. Do you know, I'm really looking forward to building it. I think it's been a good format for me. And I really do like I really do like the kind of, like, waiting to build it and not just, like, you know, picking it up and building it every other day. I quite like I quite like that sort of, you know, the anticipation of it. Right, so we're building what looks possibly like an axle of some sort. Get some of these parts because they could be hiding. Yeah, so Argos, in fact, Argos has actually got some good deals on at the moment. I got some stuff from John Lewis the other week there. And it was, it's one of those things where I'm not going to buy stuff. Bang, you go, it's too good a deal to miss. It was one of those ones. So that will be up and coming on the channel. I'm not going to say obviously what it is. I know somebody's going to go, oh, what did you get? But no, that's going to be a reveal later on. And it's going to be quite a good build, if I'm honest. But I'll probably build that after the Falcon, because it is a kind of fairly substantial build. Not as big as the Falcon, but then I don't think really there's much else is really bigger than the Falcon in a way. Right, so that part there, that's the part I went through, so that is going to go this way. I just want to get the orientation of this correct. Yeah, it probably actually does matter because you've got the cross member, or that. Yeah, yesterday was it was one of those days, as I say, it was a bit of a mucky head day. You know how you sometimes get in a wee bit of a, I mean, a lot of people probably know what I'm talking about. I mean, mental health and stuff. I mean, Anya will probably testify this. I mean, I'm not. Some people are probably going to laugh when I say that I'm a bit mentally unstable, but I mean that in the nicest possible way. Um, you know, um, yeah, it's not easy, shall we say? Right, these are going in. Right, let's see what it's doing. It's going in there. Right, these Technic pins can be a right faff sometimes to get in, and that one's going in there. So there we go. So we've got this kind of thing, almost like I don't know if this is front or rear. And then we've got another black Technic piece going over the top. There we go. Yeah, it's a day for the house. I was actually thinking of maybe heading out because when I went to my granddaughter's birthday, I went via the pub, as you do. I mean, I only had one pint, and the idea was I'll get the card, I will write the card in the pub, sitting down, relaxed, having a little sip in the old refreshment. And guess what? Yep, I forgot to get the card. And then I sat down and West Kirk, well, that's the name of the pub, but it's a Weatherspoons basically. And if you're from the UK, you probably know what I'm talking about when I say Weatherspoons. But they've got an app, so you download this app, you got it on your phone, and it's great. You can you open up the menu, you can order food, drinks, whatever, get it sent to your table, so you can sit there in your big, fat, hairy, spotty arse, and you don't have to move. You can get some peanuts and a pint. You don't have to move. Absolutely fantastic. Well, the app was updated, so it was updating the app. Opened it up, no menu, blank screen. So I had to and then at that point, my daughter messaged to say, "Oh, my other daughter's coming down in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. If you could be here, we could do the cake." And I went, "Oh, for sake!" And I'm like, I've just sat down. I haven't even ordered my pint yet. So basically, I had to go up to the bar, get my pint. It was a wee cheeky ale that I got. £1.79, I think it was, or 1.89, something like that. And got a wee ale, and then went to see my granddaughters and my daughter. So that was interesting. But today, I really don't know. I need to reschedule I've got a doctor's appointment for this. I don't know if I've said, but I've got high blood pressure basically. Well, my blood pressure's a little bit high. It's not like. It's not that I'm gonna, like, you know. It's not that bad that I need emergency treatment type of, intervention. Put it that way. It's just a little bit high enough to get a 24-hour monitoring type thing, but they just put a blood pressure thing in your arm that records, takes, I think, stuff every hour. So I have to get that fitted. But here's the catch. I've meant to get it fitted on Friday, but I'm working Saturday, or Saturday morning, Sunday morning, so I can't do it because it's not going to get a correct reading. So I'm gonna have to go in and reschedule. So potentially I could be heading in to the pub. To the pub. Potentially I could be heading into the town. I could phone, but I'm I'm a talky guy. I like to just go in face to face and go, oh, I need to reschedule this appointment, blah blah blah, get something worked out, job done. That's my kind of style. But I could also go to the pub as well, as you do. But anyway, that's yeah. Well, that's that way in it. But yeah, it doesn't look really all that inviting, to be honest. But that could be the plan of attack. As I say, there's no guarantees there. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. Um, I hate phoning. I've always hated phoning. I think I've said this. I've actually got guitars that I bought, and I was way back in my 20s, so, and I had to phone up and get this both guitars I bought. I bought one in person, which I no longer have. I sold that one, but and I basically had the number punched out. This was like the old days where you didn't have a mobile; it was an actual proper landline phone. And I sat there and I basically put the number in, hung up, phoned it, hung up, phoned it, hung up. And I must have hung up, I don't know how many times before I finally get through. And I was like, oh, and I must have been talking about a kind of high power. It was horrendous. It was just the way it is. So there we go, that's that one done. This is going to now join on to this, like so. So there we go, we've got a little bit of the 4-pan chassis, shall we say. But yeah, I hate phoning. Right, over we go. So we'll put the bits at the back first. But yeah, that's just me. And then I went to my work, and yeah, guess what? We had to use the phone at work. So yeah, I do. I'm not as bad, but I can phone. But I'll wait and see how I feel. I'm having a bit of a kind of recovery day because I say after yesterday I was a little bit, yeah, I was a little bit kind of fed up yesterday in a way. It wasn't like the best time that I had. So I think today's like let's build some Lego. Let's get kind of with it, as they say. go. So we've got some reinforcing strips. I'm actually just going to go eh. There we go. That's pretty decent. So I may actually, when I think about it, so I think I've got, so I've already built the kind of, I think it's called the Starships series collection in Lego. Now, I've already built, I call it the Tantive, it's actually the Tantive, but it's the Tantive 4. I built that and I built the Millennium Falcon. I've actually got another two, hold on, 1, 2, 3. I think I've got another 4 that I can build. I might put a poll up to see what one people want to build first. That's if it gets any traction. I've never really done a poll before. But what I may do is I might put that up as just a little kind of, let's see if it takes, if there's, I mean, it might not even really, I don't think I've got enough. Team B-640, hello. Nice Lego you got there. Cheers. Thank you very much and welcome to the stream. Team B-640. Yeah. Do you know what, Dave? I know you yourself in the same boat. Yeah, but it was nothing major. It was just, without really getting into any details, I wasn't really that bad, if I'm honest, in the grand scheme of things. I just, I was a wee bit like, sometimes maybe somebody says something, and it just, it's that way where it's sort of, it just grinds you a little bit. I'm quite a, I mean, Anya will probably confirm this and tell you stuff. I like to say that I tune things all the time, and I do it quite a lot. It's not that I'm, you know, I've been through quite a lot in the past. I mean, again, compared to some other people, like yourself, Dave, you probably know exactly where we're coming from. Yeah, true, Dave. Yep, you're absolutely 100% right there, mate. Yeah, it's true, Dave. Yeah. It's never ever a small thing. But yeah, I'm basically, I feel so much better today. So, but yeah, it was one of those things where I went out. Obviously, I had my granddaughter's birthday, so that kind of. Although I enjoyed that, it got me out of the house, which is actually not a bad thing, and that's probably a good thing. So there we go. We're building up the little front piece here. Right, we've got pins going in here. But cheers, Dave. That means a lot, man. It really does. And vice versa as well, my friend. Vice versa. Me and Anya are always here. Right, I think these are good. I'd imagine. Yeah, I think that's just really locking in this portion here. So it's really locking in this axle part by the looks of it. To the chassis, to the frame. Right, and we've got some more parts going in here. So we've got little covers over these axle parts. Now, is there a part? Do you know what? I bet, yeah, I bet you there's a little part. Yeah, there's a little black. Do you know what? That's very subtle. Now, have they got this on? Do you know there's a little black strip that. I'm trying to see where this bit goes actually because it's. Oh god, I'm going back like. Right, I see it. Yeah, it's a little 4 brick. that goes there, because when you put these parts on, guess what? They're not going to fit because it's too low. Right, got it. So these are almost like an axle cover. Going over there, one over here, and two in the middle. Going there, that's better. So these little parts here covering the axle. And for all your passion, it's sad now how rare it is to see a YouTuber not doing brain rot or stuff. Fill the category. Yeah, you know, I just like building Lego, and I like even. I mean, I build Lego. I do like this, like a live stream, but I also do like. I mean, I've made a coffee. I do. I need to get back out my bike. That's one of the things linking in to, I suppose in a way, mental health. I need to get back on my bike. That's one of the things that I think kind of helped, or it kind of frees your mind a little bit. I think that's what I need to do. Says the guy that's sitting in here building Lego, but Lego helps as well. Lego's just a great relaxer. So we've got the little phone element, which is always a nice looking brick. Yeah, B-640. I just do. I don't really follow. I don't really have a script. I don't follow the kind of the sheep. I do my own stuff. I build all kinds of Lego. I don't really have a genre that I build. You know, I make YouTube videos, various. I play golf on my PlayStation 5. I just do a lot of things. It's good, and that's what it's all about. You know, just do what you want and be kind of original as well. You know, I try and do my own thing. I try and have my own kind of setup. You know, answer questions. I'm doing like I'm building this thing here, which is the in fact, let's bring it up. We're building this, which is the Millennium Falcon. It's the UCS Lego 71592 is the set number. So this is the big UCS Millennium Falcon. We're building that on Fridays. It's sitting up here because it's a rather big piece of plastic, shall we say? So we're building that, and we're really enjoying that as well. That's a really good build. So this is quite a different build to the Porsche. The Porsche is very sort of a lot of technique. This seems to be more. There is some technique in this, but it's a bit more kind of Lego-y. Yeah, it's a big, and that's only the framework. You've got the part at the back of the engines. You've got the cockpit element here. You get the kind of front forks in the Millennium Falcon, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than what it is in its kind of raw form. So that's going to be an absolutely humongous kit. But that was like a Christmas present from my partner, and it's been one of those kind of bucket list builds, let's be honest. Dee, 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 dee. And I've seen a lot of people that even talking about what people that do Lego. You get many different Lego builders that don't really show you what they're building. You know, they'll sit here and they'll build, and they'll talk, they'll interact with chat, and they'll do stuff, but they don't really show you what they're building. Sometimes I think it's nice just to like step by step. So this is bag one has got us this far. So we've got probably an axle of some sort here. And then there's the base, the kind of chassis element of the base. So this is a Lamborghini. I think it's a 1985 5000 Quattravole. Now I'm probably butchering that beyond belief. But I think it's Quattravole. So we'll do a couple of bags. I think there's like 11 bags in total. Got a nice little. Now usually they're capes that come in minifigs, but they can be other stuff. Don't really know what that's going to be. I guess we'll find out at some point. But yeah, cheers for the comments. B-640. I'll probably just call you Team B. But you know, it's nice when people drop nice comments. You know, and it's good to know that I'm doing something different. Now, is that all the parts out? Looks like it. Right, what have we got? Right, we've got some quite large parts here. We've got the big black parts just covering here. Which is quite nice because it's going to give us a little bit more of a... It's going to lock in that little side element here. And then we've got these blue bits. Or blue bits. This is a technical name for a Lego brick. Blue bits. And then we've got the... Oh, that's already there. Right, that's that little piece done. I should maybe bring up the little... Yeah. You bring up that little side panel. Right, we've got... So here we've got these little side portions. The little... Whoa, easy tiger. So they're going down the sides there. You think it's a 1/25th scale? Yeah, I think that's roughly. I think it's like 1/20th, 1/25, roughly. I think that's like all the kits. They're all like the Aston Martin 007 car I've got. It's like 1/20th, 1/25th. Same with the Porsche. Same with this. Yeah. I believe that's the said scale. Right, that's going there. And then we've got the little pucks going either side. Caught that. What did I say? Did I pick it up or did I leave it? Do you know what? I'm going to leave it because I think you get an extra one. It might save me bending down and picking that up. I know what it is. It's right there. I can see it. But I'm not going to pick it up. Do you know what? I said I caught that and I went up, caught it, boom, and it went. These little pucks though, in fact, you know, I'm going to put it down, get 2 fingers. It's a 2-finger job. You know, I was looking through some YouTube videos, and there's a guy built Mold King. There's a big Millennium Falcon. It's like, I think it's got 12,000 pieces. It's like double. It's almost probably double the size of the UCS Lego one, and it was horrendous. Those parts didn't fit. He wouldn't recommend it, and he also built the Super Star Destroyer, or the Executor. Was it the Executor he built from Mold King? Things happened. It was just massive. But he did that one. This thing was huge. Right, so we're putting on like almost like side skirts. Right, they don't get any yellow pucks, which is good. That's right. Aye, that last one you did, that picture frame Star Destroyer was a Mold King. Yeah, they look really good, if I'm honest. You know. some little grey pieces in here. Yeah, this is actually a very different build to what I've built. Like car-wise, it seems to be a little bit different. Right, we've got another part going in there. We've got these little burgundy square in there. Let's get that in. And then we've got another square. So I think Anya's in. Oh, my YouTube has went to Adam Savage. I'll have a wee bit of Adam Savage. Whoa, that nearly went there. That was an overhang brick element there. That was quite bad actually. Right, that's us. So there we go. Yeah, it's quite a nice. As I say, it's a little bit different. As I say, compared to other cars, it's sometimes cars can be a bit generic. They're all the kind of same, but this is a little bit different so far. So I don't know what I'm probably going to build Star Wars after this. Not after like building this element, but like the next build, I could maybe do one in between as well. But I'll probably build this. This will probably take a couple of parts to build. Right, this is going to go in here. So we've got a little part going up here, but we've also got a little Technic pin that we can put in there. Nothing wrong that you could put right. That's the best thing. I think when that guy built the larger, in fact, was that a Mold King? I think I'm trying to think if that was a Mold. I'm sure it was. He basically said that, and it was more to do with like wires. It was super detailed. I mean, all the kind of Greeboy stuff on it was just covered, very very detailed. But he said there was like you'd have like a plastic pipe, and you would have to basically like bend it and almost like super glue it to hold it in because there wasn't enough clutch power to hold it. And the engines looked amazing, but he said that he built it straight and then he had to bend it. He had to bend it round this thing, and it was just like he said it was making like a noise and creaking, and it was as if it was just going to explode. But I think he paid like $400, which it wasn't a cheap kit, but it did look impressive. You have to go. Good luck with the build and have a perfect. You too, Team B-640. Thanks for coming in and thanks for chatting. Really, really appreciate it, buddy. You have a good day as well. Right, we've got. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that little square, which is going just there. That starts off the alignment. Now that must, yeah, it is overhanging. It's a bit weird when you get a part that kind of just overhangs a little bit, just there, but that's what she wants. Sorry, yep, that bit's just broke off. Right, that's that little part done. Right, what have we got? We've got these little elements going just in either side of this part here. There we go. Right, two of these together, times two. Bing! Right, these are going... Okay. Right, so they're going just with this, just here. And kind of facing out the way. So they're just going here. And, I mean, there must be some kind of... Like, I think this could be the back end. It's got a kind of back end feeling, if you know what I mean. Right, we've got these, two of these. Now they are going up and over, so that's quite nice actually. So that kind of basically squares that up a little bit. Right, got some tile elements going on. So we've got 1, 2, 3 of these. And then we've got another little tile. Oh, sorry, I'm just breaking parts off again. Another one there. There we go. As I'll put that one the other side. So I'm going to put it down because every time I hit, these little overhanging parts are kind of coming off because they're not really locked in under any Lego bricks. So there we go. I'm just going to put these parts up here. I think these are going to be maybe this side. Oh, what's the other one for? Ooh. So we've got a tile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these. So we've got these soap pieces going right on here. So right away we're actually getting some nice details. Sometimes with these car builds, you can build quite a lot and you don't really seem to get a... In fact, it's a weird tile because it's almost like a half soaped element. So we'll get these up the side. And then we have got a little black element. So, got a stud piece there, and we've got, might as well put the other stud piece the other side. And then we've got, there's the tile I need. Little tile piece down there. And there's the other one. So there we go. So I've already put some kind of side skirt details. There we go. Jeez man, this screen. I think this phone's about to die. Anya's old phone. I think it's about to give up the ghost. Right, we've got these two elements. Then we've got 3. Yep. Right, they're going like here. There we go. Just up that part there. Now we've got a 4 block, which is nice because that's going to fix onto that little element there, and it kind of quicks in, and nice kind of Lego quick, the old quickage. So just up there. Now we've got interesting little blocks here facing that way. So the quick parts towards the front perhaps. I think this could be the seats, the seat location. Right, so that do you know we're actually really starting to build stuff up. It's very carry and God, that looked out of focus. But yeah, it's very it's we're kind of building some juicy parts right off the bat. Where sometimes you sort of with a car build you kind of build something, you go, is this actually going to be a car? Is it going to turn out to be something completely different? But we're actually getting very carry. Right, so we've got a part there. I think this is going to be the central console, maybe with the gear stick, the gear knob. Gidjobanya wasn't here. She would probably have chuckled at the gear knob. Yeah, this is like a centre console type thing. So we turn it round, we have got that part there, and that is going to fit in the bottom. So that part's done, and that is going to fit on like so. Yeah, so this is going to be the back, that's going to be the front, so you can see there's a little sort of console element going in, which is quite nice. Little seat brackets almost, like little seat pins. So imagine that's where the seats are going to go. No, I'd imagine that's where the seats, maybe. Could be wrong. Imagine the seats might go forward. Oh, there's the gear knob. Gear knob is getting installed. She just goes right in there. She's looking actually a wee bit short. I think they've got that knob sitting a bit higher. There we go. Gear knob's in. The knob of gear. Right, that's going down there. It's all very kind of substantial. One going up there and one going down there. Right, so we're building up down this little element. We've got some kind of, I don't really know what this is going to be. How's that? Yeah, let's go with that, sorry. God, this phone is, I don't know if it's still alive. I think it's barely alive. Right, that, we've got a Technic pin going through this. Oh. Right, this is going in the middle. And that is going in there. Like so. Right, and then we've got this going in there. We've got that. It's quite a, I think this could be the door. The door frame, perhaps. It's quite a complex piece. It's got all little hinges and parts. So that's going there. And that is bolting on there. Ah, yeah, look. So that hinges back like this. There. So that must be the door hinge. So I would imagine we're going to rinse and repeat that on the other side. go. So we've got this part. Now we need to get the orientation correct. This is where it's, you know, you don't want to get ahead of yourself and build. So we've got that part on already because we're quite smart. We're never admit you're smart though. Always play dumb. Right, that's going there. Then this little part's going in the middle. Then that there is going on here. And that is going, if I remember rightly, we've got, yeah, this part is going in there, that Technic box going in there. And then I believe we've got another one going here, and that should be it. And then this should be fitting here. So, get that locked in. Oh, there we go. That's it. There we go. Right, cool. So that'll, rubber bands. The old rubber bands. These will be the door elements. Yeah, I really need to sharpen this knife. Oh, for God's sake, that was the most. There we go, 2 little rubber bands. Right, so we're putting, so basically it's going round this part and that part. So it's just a simple operation. I'm interested to see how they've got it twisted actually. I don't really think it matters too much. So basically it's just going to stretch and then it's going to bring that back. So you've got some kind of resistance element to it. Right, we have got, again we've got one going there. I imagine so we'll get that like this, and that is going in between here. Nice big black cap going over here. Very impressive build so far. It's very oh, is that Wazy? Oh, do you know what? This phone is a bit dead. I think it's Wazy. I need to confirm. Wazy Lays. How you doing, Wazy Lays? Oh, cheers for that. Yeah, that's appreciated, buddy. Yeah, I really should. I don't want to sound big head, but you know, I do a lot of stuff. You know, I try and cover a lot of stuff, and I try and really be helpful as well. But thanks for that. That's greatly appreciated. And then we've got a little white block in there, and that piece there is gonna, again, that's gonna really just, this wee centre console with the gear stick, and then it just really ties it into this front part here, which is quite nice. And that's that part done, and really quite an impressive build. It's very, very solid. You know, we've started kind of, to me, what looks like a car. You know, it's a very, it looks like it should. Although, I don't like the fact I've got, that is a spare, that's a spare. Where are these parts? There's diamonds. Shine bright like a diamond. I need to go back here because I think 100% I see where the wee diamonds go actually. So they go there. Yeah, I know I missed a little bit. It wouldn't be complete if I missed a little piece. So I just missed those little cheese wedge parts just there. They were probably quite subtle. Probably before all of that fact they'll be there. Right, so we put the centre console in. Yeah, they were there before actually. Right, that's better now. Usually you don't have as many spare pieces. You've always got the usual suspects. Do you know what? I'm not going to pick that, but I'm going to leave it. Do you know? I'll probably stand on it at some point, and I'll probably scream like, "Who didn't pick up that brick?" I can't blame Anya because she's not here. Right, bag 3. But that's what it looks like after 2 bags. So again, it's a really nice build so far. You know, quite solid. It's not really flimsy. I want to pick that bit up, Dave, when I finish the stream. Right, that's empty. Right, bag 3. Right, what do we have? I'm trying to get to the wee bit down the bottom so I don't have to... Right. Oh, right, we're on to bag. Here we go. Right, bag 3. So we're starting off with 2 of these... So it looks like we're building quite a big part of the front or the back. I think it might be... It gave me a little bit of a preview there and I never really looked at it too much. It has to be said. Bum ba dum bum 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 ba da dum bum bum. Oh, there's a steering wheel confirmed. We are building a car. You wonder how long it would take you to notice if somebody swapped out something that was white, something that was maybe a little bit different to a car. I wonder how long it would take you to well, obviously, when there was no tyres, you'd maybe go, Ken, for a car, I don't see any wheels. That'd probably be your first hint. But you just wonder how long it would take you. It's a bit like the experiment where if you went on a night out and somebody basically you thought you were drinking beer or alcohol and somebody was buying you like zero, alcohol free, would you still get absolutely rat-assed or would you would you would you be would you be like, God, I've had quite a few pints and I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel drunk yet. Or would you get would you be like, oh my God, yeah, but that's, I've always wondered if you did that, what would happen? Really. Just for science purposes, obviously. Now, what way is that going? That's like a very weird. Right, so yeah, it's going that way too. There we go. And then that's going on here. Is that going in the middle? Must be going in the middle. Looks like the middle. Yeah. And then this is fitting on here. So it's just going on that little front part. Then we've got must be going that way. Let's go on with that. Little black 1x2 there, and one of these larger white elements. Go on there. Ah, right, I see. Ah, that part. I put that part on wrong. That needs to come off and go up. There we go. Ah, that part's going over there as well. Oh, that. I've just noticed a collection of errors, so that part should be there. So the dots are going down that way and they're going along that way. So that's it. That was quite. It was one of those wee parts. You had to really think about that one. Right, so we're building this up. This is quite a weird looking part. It's like, I mean, it's obviously got a purpose. Ah, right, so we're going in here. So we're building some kind of, bumpery type thing. So again, we're going to be building the opposite side. So that part, see, that's quite difficult how that goes. Yeah, so it's going. Where is it? It is. So that's going like that. Right, so again, we've got the same. So we learn from our mistakes we made previous. So we get the right orientation. That's it. And then we've got that blue part going there. We've got the black square going there. Then we've got that part there. And then that'll be going the other side. So I can see right away we've got some kind of front bumper, perhaps. Oh, nice big long part, which is going to basically put these two into this main part. Which is really nice because it really just does make that little part there final. So there we go. Oh, I'll get little grey bricks actually. Probably would have forgot them. Right, we have got some more little 1x2s going there and there, and then we've got a black, that's going roughly in the middle, and then we've got two little these tile pucks. There we go. Right, quite a few parts going on here. We've got this black element going here. So you got a little tile element with the studs around the edge. Now, interestingly enough, yeah, we've got a little gap there in front of that brick, which is good. Then we've got a little puck. Still don't need that yellow puck, so I'm not picking it up. That's it. There we go. Right, so put on these little. I think this is going to be possibly the rear end. It looks very rear endy. Right, so we're building a part on here, which is Technic style pieces. So we've got the big red Technic pin. We have got a grey, which I believe is one of these. Now, yeah, it's going up. So the Technic box got into the Technic side. There we go. Then we've got the red, this red piece going on, like here. Then we've got another one of these pins going on here. Another one going on. And then we've got another one of these. So we're just kind of... And we've got another one of them going on. And that's going to complete that element. So we've got this sort of thing. Right. Black pins. Your basic black Technic pin. The outermost parts there. Then we've got two blue ones going through. It's the big long part going through. So that you get like half and half. Like a pin. Like that. So you get like a pin that goes through it, meets halfway kind of thing. Then we're going to have two blocks on here. One there and one there. There we go. On the back. And then this is fitting on. Did I miss a part there? No, I didn't. Ah, I see. So it's fitting on there. So it's going, this part's going in the back of this. And it's giving us that. So I think this is then going to attach on somewhere. Well, we've got some, I wouldn't say strange, but it's like a, these are quite, it's like the pins that were on the Millennium Falcon where you put them in. Now it gets bigger. It's getting large. So we get that. I don't know what this is going to be actually. So we've got pins going in front of this, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to line these up actually. Don't think it's going to make much difference, but we've got a red and the blue. So the red one's just got the crosshatch element, and then we've got this part going in here. So this is one where it's got the socket for a ball joint, the old ball jointus. And then we've got a pin going in here. We've got a pin going in here. Quite an interesting contraption so far. Right. We now have got these ball jointed pieces. And then we've got this, so we've got this part here going through it. So it's one of these ones with the little three-way attachment points. And that is going to go in like that way. So that's going to attach in there. It's obviously going to move about, so it's not going to be orientated the way we want it. But and this then attaches in like so. See what they're doing. Quite good actually. They've got three ways of attachment. So you're attaching here, here, and this part here on this part. So that looks as if that's going to be the rear wheel. So again, I imagine we're going to repeat the other side. So rinse and repeat, as they say. Right, we've got the pins in there, so we've got the red one in the middle, or here. I don't think it matters what way these, there's a little piece here that's got like a little cutout, so I'm keeping that really where it should be, kinda. I got the axle part, and that is facing that way. Again, Technic pins. Whoa! Yeah, it's going there. That's it. Right, again, we've got this little piece, so we've got this ball jointy thing happening. Again, I don't really think it matters where this goes because I think it's going to revolve round, but I like to orientate it the way they've got it here. And then that is going to go in here. So yeah, it's a good little attachment. You can see there how it goes in, and that really just, it's quite a firm joint. Right, we've got another. So again, Technic pin. We've got the long one going that way out, so the longer element's facing out the way. We've got another. Interestingly, no, I've got two. I was about to say I've only got one of these, but, and that's going that way. No, it's going. Yeah, it's going that way. No, it can't. No, no. How is this? Hold on. Ah, right, I see. It's got to be going that way. Yeah, it's got to be that way. There's a. So there's basically a. If you look here, there's a blank piece, but if you turn it this way, there's a slot. So the slot's facing up the way. The old energy drink. It's zero sugar. It is. I had to check there for a second. I probably really shouldn't be drinking them. But right, so we're gonna get this part in here, so that's going in like that. Oh, that's quite satisfying actually. So that just clips in there, and you can see we've got a little joint there. Oops, sugar. And then you break it off, because why not? There we go. Don't touch that again. And I imagine we're going to do the same on the other side. Yep. So here we go. Again, we've got the blue on. There it is. Right, so again, I'm going to put this part facing up, which is going to go this way. There we go. Nice positive click. And then this is going in the other side. So again, that's going in like so. This part I think is going forward. There we go. So we've got those little ball joints facing that way. Now we've got these parts locking in here. So again, that's going to lock in that axle part. Very, so far, very nice design. You know, everything's really sort of just locking each component in. So, yeah, that just braces this whole part here, and it just meshes it all together. I get these gold parts again, and these are going in like so. Ooh, I see some nice little embellishments coming up. A Lamborghini, yeah. So this has got 0 stickers in this set. 0 stickers. Right, these are going in here. So this is going in just next to that. And again, that's going to bolt through that entire assembly there. Up there. Nice. Right, we're now going to be building some kind of don't know what this is going to, some cross brace member axle thing. I hate it when you hit that button and it doesn't quite go. Right, Technic pins in there. Eh. Now we get white going up like so. Whoa. Right, we get these. So 2 of these. These are going in just here. And I think this is... It looks like one of those ones where you're going to shove this pin through and it's going to lock it in, I'd imagine. So they just go in like so. Yeah, so they're good up here. And then we're basically just pushing that in. So they sit on. Oh, my phone is officially dead. So they go through like that. So, do you know what I need? I actually need to charge this phone up. The only thing is I don't have chat, so I could be a little bit. I've got an adapter, but that wouldn't really work on that. I may have to swap to the old manual, the old manuals. Right, quickly get that out. So just so I can see chat. So what page? Do you know what? Do you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to go and build it with this purely because I've just noticed that there's little parts here or little blurbs. So I'm going to quickly just go through just to get any little facts. So here we go. The Lamborghini Countach is known for the memorable appearances in classic TV series and major blockbuster films throughout the 1980s. So it is a classic car though. It's so I'm just checking because you don't get any of these little parts in the original Lamborghini Countach was designed by Bertoni, Caro Zieria Bertoni. I probably butchered that name. Apologies to all my Italian counterparts. So I'm just scouting here. I just want to see that I've not missed anything. It's funny how they don't have those little parts in the... I'm way ahead here. Yeah. Right, so there we go. Right, we're just at this part here. Yeah, so we've done that. So we're building this part. So we're caught up with all the data. Right, we've got these ball joints, the old ball joints. Yeah, it's a classic shape of a car. When you look at when you look at it, it's just. I mean, I think a child. I think if you look at all the cars when I was growing up, I'm not a. I wouldn't say I'm a massive car nerd. I don't mind cars, but the Lamborghini, it's just such a classic. So there we go. We've got that there. It's such a classic shape. So this now is going to install So I think this is actually going in between. Is this actually fitting anywhere? I think this is just floating in between space. So we're going to link up this ball here. We're going to link up this ball here. Oh, do you know what? I put that the wrong way, haven't I? It's meant to go that way, isn't it? Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I had a really weird angle there. So these fit in here. It looks as if this is going to be the front. This is going to be steerable wheels by the looks of it. So you get that little part there is going to move these axles. Now, yep, so that's in there. So this whole part is going to attach. It's going to attach on here. So we're actually going to go in. Oh, that's going that way actually. Wow, there's a lot. How? Right, I see. Right, a little bit of wiggly. The old Technic wiggle, as they say. There we go. Oh, that's nice. So there we go. There's the front element on. So you can see it's quite boxy. It's quite a wide, boxy looking car. So you see the wheels there are moving. A little bit of the old steer. I don't know if this is going to steer by the steering wheel. I think it's just steerable fronts. I think the Porsche's got a... Has that got a steerable axle? And there we go. Right, so we're going to flip it over. Quite nice here. We've got a nice supporting beam going through it. So we're going right up here. So this is going from... It's going just from a block there. So it's going right there. So that is just going to really reinforce that whole joint, and that's absolutely solid. So you see that beam there, and then we get some these little round pieces. So we've got one going right there. Got one going here, it's near the end. Another one going there. There we go. So these little parts here. Now we've got, so we're turning it over again, we have got, do you want me to put that just there? We've got two going this side actually, so up here. So two going there, that right enough? Yep. Oh. They're going right. So they're going. Sorry. They're going right next to that white element. Right. We're building this up. So we have got that is going in there. Then we've got a little yellow bracket going up there. We've got these. Then we've got that pin going in here. Okay. Interesting contraption. Right, this is sitting in here. So this is gonna... This looks as if it's gonna go into the steering, by the looks of it. So that's hitting in this front piece. So it's in here. in here. Yep. Right. And then we've got, so we're pushing that through by the looks of it. By the power of Grayskull. Right. It's kind of weird. They've got this. Wonder, is that? Oh, there's a. Right, hold on. I missed a piece. So basically, what I missed, because it's, yeah, there's a little bracket piece goes in here first. Then that's going to go through, because that just wasn't. Yeah, that's better. So if that goes there, then that goes in here. Then when you put that in there, yeah, so that, yeah, that's better. So I missed that little collar piece. And then now we're putting this through here. And then that other piece is going to lock this off. Now how far is that going through? Oh, yeah, I missed a page. Right, steering wheel. So we've got a little Technic pin here. That is going in the steering wheel. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Got a little printed Lamborghini steering wheel thing there. Steering wheel thing. Yeah, I know I'm getting really technical here. So, and that looks as if. Oh, that's nice actually. So that turns, the steering wheels get steerable front. That's quite a nice way of doing it actually. And I've actually got that Lamborghini sign up the right way. So there's the Lamborghini steering wheel. That's quite nice. Now we've actually got some spares, but I'm actually going to keep this part here. We've actually got a spare Lamborghini part. And it, I mean, obviously they've not got Lamborghini printed up there, but they've got like, I mean, you know that's a Lamborghini part. So I'm going to keep that somewhere. I'm going to keep it on top of my brick tool at the moment, because I want to keep that separate, because it's a special little part. So I'm going to stick it just there so I know where it is. Right, what time are we at? Do you know, I think I'll end the stream there. 3 bags. I think that's a good place to end. Because I need to think about if I do go into... I don't think I will be going into town. But I think I'll end the stream there. So that's what we built out of 3 bags. But quite a nice looking build so far. Very, very sturdy. I'm not saying that car builds tend to be quite... I think the way this has been built up's different. There's a lot more like... There's some Technic elements, but it's really beefy. Like this element here, like the axle part, you can see there, it's very... There's a lot of parts in there. And the fact that the steering wheel, the way they built that is very, very nice actually. And the little Lamborghini emblem in the back there's nice. So this is the rear, that's the front. But I think I'll end the stream there. And we'll continue another day. But that's a really nice build. I'm actually, do you know what, I'm going to keep this. I usually chuck these, I usually fling these over there. I need to get that code for my points, my Lego points. But anyway folks, that is this. It's the Icons Lamborghini 5000 Countach. Countach. So yeah, I'm going to sit and chill for the rest of the day. I don't know whether I'll pop into town. I might phone my appointment, get that cancelled, and go from there really. Um, but yeah, that's a nice little, enjoyable little build that. Um, so I'm back in tonight, but this is my last shift till Saturday. So I am in tonight, and then I'm off from tomorrow. So I'm off like Wednesday, well the rest of Wednesday, and then I've got Thursday, Friday. But I'm back Saturday morning. So Friday night's a compromise. I go to my bed sort of semi early on Friday. But Anya's coming down tomorrow, so I'll probably well maybe do because Anya's struggled to build. I think the last thing we built a bit of the wave. She was okay with the wave. She could build. She built a little part of it, but she kind of did struggle a little bit as well. So I think we'll build something that we can build as such. Don't know what, but oh, the weather up here's it's got even worse. It's just raining really quite steady now. So I may just go in sometime tomorrow and cancel that appointment and reschedule it for next week. It's not. I mean, it gets done when it gets done. But I need to have that monitoring system on when I'm off my work. You know, I can't go to work with a blood pressure thing. It's just like the blood pressure armband, and I think it just pumps up, pumps down, kind of thing. So anyway, that's gonna do it for me, guys and girls. Thanks for everybody that came in. Thanks for the kind comments from some of the guys that were in. Dave was in, stalwart Dave. With Team B 640 was in as well. We also had who else was in? Wheezy Lays was in as well. But thanks to everybody that came in. I am going to get this. I need to charge this. Anya's old phone's a bit. You can see where it cracked here. So it's a Sam. It's a Samsung. Whatever. It's not a bad phone, but it's Android system. I don't really use Android. Let's get you turned around here. I need to do this. Need to do this. There we go, folks. I tell you, this wee tripod I built, I put IKEA rubber feet on it. Oh, absolutely night and day, man. It's made it so much better. I'll probably play a little bit of golf, maybe. The old PGA Tour. But yeah, we'll probably be on. I'll probably do this tomorrow. At some point, I'll continue this building. As I say, me and Anya will build something as well. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Anyway, guys, thanks once again for coming in. It's greatly appreciated, as always. And I will see yous for more builds coming up soon. As I say, I'll build this. A couple of Star Wars builds as well coming up. So, cheers, Dave. Cheers for coming in. As always, buddy, it's greatly appreciated. You're very, very welcome here. And I'll say to Anya that you're in. She always asks, you know, was Dave in? So you have a good day too, Dave. Take it easy, buddy. Don't do anything too strenuous. Right, cheers. Right, I've got the wee finger. Get the stream end up. There we go. Right, anyway, folks, thank you, and I'll see you again. Cheers, Dave. Big hug for me as well, and I'm sure Anya will give you a big hug and kisses. You know what she's like. She's a big Suki. Right, take care, Dave. See you later, buddy. Bye.